Oh, the joys of off-roading in the wide open expanse of the desert of Nevada. Exploring BLM lands, areas untouched, mostly unmodified, are something we thoroughly enjoy. It's not just getting away from the big city, but it's cooking some meatball subs on the edge of a mountain, exploring and discovering so many things crazy along your journey. These are the great times. But what happens when things start to go wrong? What happens when the very vehicle that gets you to these places starts to fail, or you go down a trail with no turning back?
Rescue time!
These risks are why we often always travel in pairs on this channel, and it's saved us before. Sometimes, though, we venture out alone just to get away for a couple hours.
Well, we're out here in the middle of the cut.
And it's these times that can take you off guard.
Slipped our little pop.
There are no tow trucks coming out here. The sun is setting and you know you're running out of time.
Oh, it's getting dark. I think I want to get somewhere more populated.
So what do you do?
I don't know. My mind can't comprehend.
Are you prepared? Who do you call?
That's where I'm trying to. I don't want to keep going because I can't really tell where he is.
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment, to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, I climbed from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, KnightDriveTV.
Night drivers and drive vets.
Josh wanted to go back out and ended up apparently getting stuck, breaking an axle. I don't really understand the extent of it. I feel like he's messing with me. I really hope not, because I have a lot to do. I was in the bus. I was actually doing some quick maintenance to it. So best I can understand is he said he doesn't have four-wheel drive. He pulled an axle out or something like that. So I'm gonna have to go get the Tahoe. I store this somewhere else, this bus, so I've left the Tahoe there. So apparently I'm gonna have to go out into the desert somewhere and see if I can find him. It says he's using the traction boards, but they're not working, so I don't know. So I guess we're gonna find out.
Well, we're out here in the middle of the cut, and my wife's making a face like he's gonna take a video. Yes. Was going up a hill. Thanks to this new lift, he pulled an axle out. So we were going up that right there. Nothing crazy. I mean, nothing crazy at all, but I don't know, it must have just been the angle. Let's see if I can disconnect it and possibly slide the CV joint back together.
If you watch the channel, it was only a week prior we'd done the initial off-road test, and that video was posted here. Now, Josh always tends to leave his camping kitchen, water, and various supplies in the truck, as well as basic tools, so that was on his side.
Ooh. Oh, it's getting dark. I think I want to get somewhere more populated. I might be able to make it through a little bit of this in two-wheel drive. I don't know. Let's see what I can do. It's getting dark. I want to get somewhere where I got a signal. So I'm going to clean this up. Well, so we're going to try add it in two-wheel drive. This wash is real loose, and I don't have a shovel. So I took the one thing out. I do have my traction board. So, I mean, we drove in two-wheel drive before in the van, but I don't know. Oh, we're making it somewhere.
With light fading, Josh is forced to drive into unfamiliar territory in two-wheel drive only. The wash can change at any moment and become impassable, so selecting a good line is important. Deep in the La Madre Mountains, Josh has no cell service. This is the trap closing in.
This is nothing in four-wheel drive, but I gotta admit it's making me a little nervous in two-wheel because I've never been over here, and I mean none of this looks too rough, but like I said, two-wheel drive is man, I've never been through here. We gotta get out of this wash.
What you're watching is a real scenario with real variables unfold. While this situation was still mostly under control, its compounding issues or failures that can make things quickly become desperate. Lack of a clear path forces Josh to begin scouting a route on foot. An injury, increasing stress, or a random desert walker with bad intentions can all elevate this situation even further. Getting stuck is Josh's main concern here, a situation he is trying desperately to avoid. But this is exactly what's about to happen.
None of it's leading me to the road that I know. I don't got no signal, can't get a hold of anybody.
Just a small distance further and Josh needs to turn to traction boards. He is against a small mound and the rear is twisted, giving him no traction.
Stuck there, look. It's gonna be dark. This ain't nothing. We can't make it through this.
It's here Josh starts to realize it's not only his front axle he's lost, but his rear mechanical locker appears to not be working either.
Oh my goodness, still stuck. Like, just digging a hole. So I got this wood there, the traction boards didn't work. Like, it's, I don't know, my mind can't comprehend what's happening. It just spit 2 logs. Or 2 logs on there. Just spit 2 logs out.
It was around this time I finally had gotten a message from Josh. He said he was stuck, tried to self-extract, but couldn't. So I grabbed the Tahoe and began heading in his direction.
Rescue time. Yeah, so I've headed out and I tried to contact Josh and I called his phone. You know, he answered and kind of said, you know, started telling me this story, kind of rushed right into it and then started yelling or something. Sorry. And then hung up. Now his location isn't sharing. And I can't see where he was. I had a location that was pinpointed, but I had to get to the access point to go into the desert to head in that direction. And now I don't have a location from him, so I don't actually know where he's at. The situation seems strange. You know, I mean, typically, you know, there's nothing going on out there, but, you know, occasionally, you just never know out in the desert, so. Josh has basically gotten stuck in a wash, it sounds like. The issue is getting to his location. I took a couple of routes, and it's just the low visibility and not having been in some of these parts. Even though in the daytime it just might be nothing. Me going in by myself into some unknowns, it's just not smart. And so as far as off-road recovery goes, you know, you don't, if one person's stuck, you don't go in solo second and make the situation 2 times as bad. So I did try to go through a few different inlets that I am familiar with in the daytime. It's just at night, there's no point of reference. You can't see with dust and silt. It's very disorienting. So basically what I did is I backed out, tried to make the smart call. I know Josh is anxious, wants me in there, but I called SNORE again. So SNORE is out here in Nevada, obviously in Las Vegas to, you know, rescue people out of this situation. I think, you know, for me to go in there and then potentially meet a situation that, you know, for some reason I can't help him, I'm just not there. It can be simple from his perspective, but from mine, I'm not in there. I don't know what he's faced with. So I don't like going into an unknown without some type of backup plan or something like that. So versus me go in there and either get stuck myself, I'm not really prepared to get stuck. So I'd just rather be with somebody that had another vehicle. 2 vehicles going in there is much smarter. So I called SNORE. I'm the point of contact at this point. So, you know, we're going to wait for SNORE. So I can't really get a hold of Josh. I have his coordinates, but his signal's real broken. So, you know, it is what it is. Just trying to make the best decision, all the circumstances considered. So we're waiting for SNORE.
SNORE is a recovery group that consists of trained volunteers who donate their time, equipment, and rigs to hauling people out of bad situations. It's a safety layer that is truly invaluable out here in the open vastness of the desert. With some backup, we'll make our way in safely and hopefully be able to locate Josh.
Now he's telling me he's going to run out of gas. You got a gas can? Oh, you got gas. See, these guys are prepared. They got gas. All right. Who do we got over here? What's that?
That's Alex.
Look at this. Look at this dude in right-hand drive. All right. We got a new Toyota Hilux over there, diesel.
Yeah, I bought it yesterday.
Bought it yesterday. He's testing it right now. So, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex and
Randy.
Randy. All right. So we got Staff Sergeant Stephen Hastings.
That's my uncle.
You're your uncle.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's he went down in '68. Vietnam.
Really?
Never found.
Oh wow.
So with the heavily equipped Jeep as well as the Toyota Hilux, we are able to confidently head into the La Madre mountain range just west of Las Vegas. The trail networks mostly consist of side-by-side trails, but do have a series of ridges and washes and descents which must be navigated. I let the guys know I am familiar with the area, and so Randy provides a GMRS radio and we head off into the desert. Just prior to their arrival, Josh was able to make a call to me to inform me they wouldn't have gas much longer. Having heat running as the desert night temperatures fall is another valuable resource that can quickly run out.
That one can get chewed up. It's a little steeper, so this is kind of just straight on. There might be a little drop. Yeah, there's like a little drop, but I mean.
White light's flickering for a minute. I guess we can see through the canyon wall.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, but that's where he is. He's out in there. Because that's the cut to like Little Red Rock. If you go up in there, you know, we've done the whole way, but he's like, maybe I'll go this way. So we're gonna kind of just drop in. You know, all this stuff looks different at night. It's crazy. You know how intimidating certain things can be when you're in a real top-heavy type of vehicle. But yeah, we're gonna drop in. We've kind of seen a glimpse of light, so I think he's that way, not too far. So almost there.
From certain angles, these cameras make trail conditions look much less threatening than in reality. Though these are very basic obstacles, at night, with limited visibility, there is always potential for rollover or miscalculating a drop. This is why calling for backup was essential in my opinion. Making your way through these canyons at night can be so daunting, but with the off-road lighting, it just gives you an entirely unique experience. I begin starting to try to reach Josh on the CB for him to talk us in. We have his GPS coordinates, but he is off the beaten path.
Getting the desert pinstripes.
Finally, as we make our way, some garbled messages start to come from Josh that he sees us.
So keep wrapping around the way I'm going now.
Yeah, you can wrap around and then you'll come down and come up behind me. Like you'll make a right. I just don't know if I can go straight. Does it look like this wash connects back up there?
I mean, it's just beyond it being hard to see. I mean, I don't think. So the story is, he come down those steps, lost the four-wheel drive, and I guess he couldn't go back up the steps, so he came down here as a way to try and get out. But I don't know. Now I feel like he's in a much worse. Because I mean, unless we can keep going, it's like this is a bad.
Because we were just up here, right? Because we just did a U-turn.
For the most part, yeah.
And he's down in this pocket right here.
That's where I'm trying to. I don't want to keep going because I can't really tell where he is. He's coming to us. So he says he's got a. Oh, so he's way over. That's a lot.
Well, we got to get around that bend because it looks like he's shooting at us closer to the mountain. Because we had to rock crawl this, so we could hop down in here. We took the more aggressive route. I think he just hugged the mountain.
We were taking the desert pinstripe route. I mean, he's coming from down here, so he'll come here, so at least he'll tell us.
So, as we work our way through the wash, Randy pulls ahead. We are delighted with the smells of sage and rosemary crunching beneath the tires, so it makes for quite a pleasant but rocky ride. What may be easily visible in the daylight is just tough to process at night. Finding any identifiable path or side-by-side trail here is seemingly impossible. This is just pure wheeling through the raw desert. Now folks, right as we find Josh, I'm just going to have to tell you, I've known this guy 23 years. It's just natural. I'm going to have to bust his chops, so don't worry about it. It's just all in good fun.
Do not ask me what the hell this boy was doing. I got to get an explanation. You're just Captain Sully? You just act like you just didn't do this?
Did do what?
Get in the middle. Where are we?
What do you mean, where are we?
Are you out of your mind?
Dude, I drove down here in one-wheel drive. This ain't bad. I just drove right down this, dude. In the daytime, this is just a wash. It's just a wash, dude. I mean, look where I got.
He come down here by his damn self. You see what I'm saying?
I think the next time I'll just walk to my house and get an axle.
You're gonna walk to your house?
Yeah, yes, I would.
So we're gonna take some pictures.
Yeah, when we bring the chopper in.
Dude, literally, ride us out.
Why's he gotta act like that?
Come back tonight. I'll get myself.
Is that what you want?
No, we could. Yeah, seriously. I'll drive my Volt up to the street, and I'll hike in with my axle.
Look how you.
And put it on.
Because you do this, you make it a big. I guess.
No, I don't think my locker in the back or anything's working. Serious, to be honest.
You don't think?
No. That just got one wheel spinning. That locker's not engaging at all now.
I know we're.
They're taking some photos, which they just used to the CYA method, in case people say, "Oh, you beat up the truck, bro."
We were winching and everything's super slow and whatnot. Their buddy comes flying up in a BMW, gets into the driver's seat and just starts flooring it forward, reverse, and then rips the front bumper of this brand new dealer, like temporary plated Audi off.
Wow.
And then starts freaking out at us. It was like, yeah, we got it on one video, two, we have pictures before. Like, I literally had him on video getting into the car, and then I just backed up and had the whole thing.
Talk to me. Give the people something to listen to. You're not saying
We're
much.
just one hop back on the trail, but I don't know what that's gonna look like. So if we could continue straight, this is where we came out.
I mean, there's tire tracks right here. I think a razor's been through here.
Right.
Like right here. You see?
Yeah, we'll probably pop them right back up here.
I mean, I can
pre-route it.
I can pre-run it with
Yeah.
the Hilux and
You gonna do a little scouting?
radio back while you get this all hooked up.
Right.
So these are the victims. We're gonna visit with the victims.
It's horrible.
What do you think?
It's been an adventure.
Has it?
Yeah.
You know, you realize poor Uriel here has been through 2 calamities up in the mountains.
This is probably the best he's been behaved like his
I know.
whole life.
He likes
actually.
it. He likes it. He likes being stranded. You know, this is the second time you've been stuck in the mountain, right? Like we were stuck last time. Not me this time.
Well, let's start with, I told Sierra, next 10 grand's going into the truck.
A decision is made to continue down the wash and pull Josh forward. So Randy positions his Jeep and makes a recovery using a kinetic style rope.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a kinetic attached to the tree saver. And we're gonna do a soft shackle off of my shackle right here.
Nice.
You think
Man.
this one is more lined up to the center?
This Jeep is ready. This Jeep is equipped. Josh's second time being stranded in the desert. Desert will get you.
No, last time we were good.
Yeah.
Everybody out the kill zone?
Kill zone. Where's the kill zone?
Yep, 3, 2, 1, go. A little bit gap.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, so I mean, it was under there.
Yeah. why SNORE wants to fill the holes.
So nobody else gets stuck in the same spot.
No, it's okay anyway.
Leave no trace.
Leave no trace. That's the answer you're looking for.
Right, that's the one I was looking for. Ian's watching, and Ian's wondering if you guys are listening at the training. All right, so we're gonna see if Josh can drive out under two-wheel. So we're gonna see if we can get out of here. As long as we don't get into anything too crazy, he should be okay. The deal is we're trying to find how this reconnects to any trail, and they're spread out all over the place here. The flashlight's trying to basically find a pathway. So not out of the, I was going to say the woods, but yeah.
I mean, we could back up 300-400 yards and then cut over, but even then it's a 18-inch drop off.
All right, so we'll just make our own line.
Yeah.
As we make way toward pavement, there are still obstacles and challenges ahead. While Josh's vehicle is mobile, it appears to be relying solely on the left rear tire.
I'm clear for your runway, so just go ahead and take it. I pulled off to the right. Take it straight.
Josh's rear diff has also been making noise. He takes a run at this hill to gain momentum, but the rear diff is struggling to hold on. With Josh stuck in the middle of the hill, we are forced to find an alternate route around to see what the situation is.
Pull him up. He's almost there, but didn't quite make it. Yeah, I hear something in the back. Yeah, it's bad.
Punch the hole and it's something. You got pieces hanging out. There's a piece hanging that punched through.
Whoa, like he blew a
Punched
gear.
through. Yes, they punched
Like the
through.
ring gears.
Yeah.
Go until it don't go?
Go until it don't go.
Let's see if we can get it.
As far as you want to push that rear end, it's up to you.
I mean, it's shot. I mean, what's
Yeah.
the matter?
Yeah, you can't fix
we
it.
could bridle you
That
out
might
here
be
and flat tail you.
that might be something to do with the locker too.
Yeah, I mean, something.
Like something punched through. It just punched
So
through.
when I towed you out, we're able to give it any power?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
spinning tires.
He
can
got
drive.
this left wheel.
It's up to you. If you want to
it.
drive it, drive it. If not, well, flat tail.
Yeah, you got the left wheel. Keep that left wheel rolling.
Yeah, we gotta try to roll. That's what I told you before. We can't be stopping. We gotta send it.
Gotta cover the oil up here. See how far this baby rolls. So, to try and keep going up this way to avoid that hill descent that we had coming in.
On the wrong line.
I don't know, there's an easier way for Josh probably.
Can't go up there. Yeah, we did come down that. Is there another route out that you know of? Did you want to lead us out then?
Yeah. Considering he shot pieces out of the diff, I mean, he's still rolling. We should make it out.
So as three of us got back to pavement, we started to think we lost Randy. We couldn't raise him on the radio, but then he appeared. Everyone got back out, no man and no trace left behind. SNORE is an invaluable organization to the safety of off-road enthusiasts in southern Nevada and beyond. SNORE performed over 800 rescues in 2021, and they accept donations. Please visit their website, the link is in the description. We'd like to thank both these guys for coming out, and lastly, we'd like to take this opportunity to remember those who gave everything and didn't make it out.